Can you introduce yourself, your role at your company, and introduce your company as well?
Yes, my name is Phil Brooks. I am the interim president and CEO of Graduate Philadelphia. We're a nonprofit that work with adult learners and connecting them to post-secondary education and credentials and workforce development.
Okay, sounds great. And speaking of that, what the skills are considered most valuable when people moving from academia to nonprofit organization?
Yeah, there's two skills that come to mind immediately, and that's communication and problem solving. I think coming from the communication aspect, whether it's verbal or written, you really want to be able to use it like a muscle. So you have to train a muscle to get stronger. You want to be able to use that communication and going to places like networking events, using kind of tools online to really improve how you communicate. One of the things employers are going to ask for is how do you communicate in a team? How do you communicate up? How do you communicate down? How do you communicate horizontally or laterally? Communication, very, very, very important. And then problem solving. Can you solve a problem in a given period of time? Can you solve a problem when it's a lot of chaos happening? So I think academia have a really, really strong connection to problem solving, and that is extremely valuable in the nonprofit space.
Yeah, I do agree. And speaking of your nonprofit organization, how to go back to school as an adult?
Yeah, this is really important. And for us, Graduate Philadelphia has been doing this for the past 20 years. It's really important to understand that there are a lot of individuals in Philadelphia with some college credit but no degree. So how do we really ensure that individual has a clear pathway to higher education, whether it's helping them to eliminate their back balances, whether it's helping them to get interested in the STEM space, whether it's like introducing them to biology or chemistry, and really infusing a lot of that energy and passion for a lot of our adult learners. Sometimes it's really difficult because we're all, we're paralyzed. We're paralyzed by our own anxiety. I can't do something. This is not for me. This is never going to happen. This is going to take too long. There's too much finances involved. But what Graduate Philadelphia is, we do that in a way that's going to be really impactful for the individual. We walk them step by step through the process. And it's something that we are experts at. It's something that we're really good at.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. And also for your career session, you did a great talk.
Thank you.
And and speaking of the AI, because we are living in an AI stage, and how would you recommend the young generation or the people who are going to look for a job to use AI for helping them to find a job?
Yeah, I think there's two things related to this. One, we all went through a global pandemic, and that has either taken shape with our younger people or just even our adult population in multiple ways, right? How can you really understand the ethics behind AI? There's a lot of misinformation out there, but then there's a lot of tools out there that can really help an individual, whether it's a young person or an adult looking to get back into their career. There's a lot of tools out there that can really help. But if you don't have access to it, or if you don't know about it, you really can't use it. When you hear AI, you hear ChatGPT, you hear all these things that's just like commonplace in our culture and society. But AI can also be used for other things like financial empowerment, wraparound services, being able to research what new organizations are supporting with hunger and homelessness. All of these things have a factor in identifying a person's opportunity to go back to school and their education. So utilize it wisely, but also like understand that this is going to continue to evolve. So understanding the purpose behind it is really important.
Yeah, I agree. Last question. Yeah. How is your experience for the CGT?
I love it. It's fantastic. I was here today. I had a chance to check in with the keynotes. A lot of it did go over my head, but I'm also coming from a science background, but a lot of it is really, really helpful. I think the networking also and the really inquisitive questions that came from some of the panels were really on point. So I'm enjoying my time.
Thank you, and hope to see you next year.
Yes, I'll be here.
Sounds great.